that's the minimalist thing you can get by with, and it can be fairly inexpensive to do that if you limit it to that. Fairly simple to get into, but you'll be spending a lot of time at it once you do it, because in my mind, it's addictive.
But what happens when a part doesn't work properly? For Daniel Malm, that part is the pancreas.
Your pancreas stops producing a chemical in your blood called insulin, which helps your body absorb sugar for your muscles to use.
Roughly 8.1 million people were undiagnosed in 2014 alone. But at endocrinology centers, like the one behind me here, diabetics can get the help they need. Nathan Hahn is a rover for the Gilbert Fire Department, going from station to station to fill in for other firemen. But before he chose the life of a firefighter, he served his community in another way.
I was that kid that at 6 years old, I was telling everyone I was going to be a Marine. My grandpa was a Marine in World War II, fought in Okinawa and Saipan, and he was my hero. You know, I idolized him, and seeing the guy that he was made me want to be a Marine.
You know, I think having that military background helped quite a bit with him.
After 2 years in Afghanistan, he immediately returned for a second deployment.
I was kind of restless and bored at the time and figured, you know what, I'm still young and healthy. And
4 years later, Hahn applied to the Firefighter Academy.
The academy is very demanding, very book-oriented. There's a lot more that goes into the fire academy than just learning how to fight fire.
Firefighters are considered the backbone of a community. Their roots stretch back to the year 1678. But some things, like emergencies, never change and can happen in the blink of an eye.
See very stressful things and often in dangerous situations, and you know, at the end of the day though, it's serving the public that gets the most gratification out of that, and it's a very good feeling.
The occasional bumps and falls are just part of playing the sport, but concussions can have a serious side effect. According to Headcase, a family-owned grassroots organization, at least 1 in 5 high school athletes will sustain a sports concussion each sports season, which is why raising concussion awareness is important.
Basically, the best analogy that I have for concussion is the egg and the yolk. The yolk is your brain, you shake it up, it's all scrambled, that's your concussion. So in other words, it's basically a rattling of the brain inside the cranium.
Underreporting concussions has become a serious issue in recent years, in part because athletes are so afraid of the consequences.
Because of the fear of being removed from play, not being able to compete, all the pressures that the athlete themselves have to perform, to actually be out on the field, especially if they're a starter, if they're a leader, to lose their spot.
In the state of Arizona, roughly 7,000 athletes are diagnosed with concussions every year. And although football gets most of the attention, concussions can occur in any high school sport.
A concussion in track, the closest I've seen with a concussion in track is actually with pole vaulting.
"9 years old, went to boxing gym, just play. You know, the kid, you wanna go around kids, play, then trainers can see something you have inside of you. Then they just put you in. They're like, okay, you need to train hard. You're gonna be a boxer, and that's it. Next thing you know, you're just competing. You're getting better and better. 17 years I've done boxing. I'm passionate, and boxing can give you a lots of confidence.
1, 2.
Lots of rhythm.
1, 2. Nice.
Relief, you know, the punching you do, the ring you enjoy. For some people it's scary when you're in a ring with some crazy guy like you know, you're trying to beat each other up. But for us in the ring, it's fun. Just, it's the game. We play the game. It's a strategy. It's mental. Punches, whatever. After that, we don't like blood, beating each other up. Just hug each other when it's over. The happy person, we just want to win, that's all, you know. But when you're coming out, walking in the streets, wherever, your rhythm, your confidence so high, people can feel that. That's the boxing. You got your music in your head. You got your confidence in your head. You feel you're fine, you know, when especially you're in good shape, getting close to the fight, it's the end. That's boxing.